Well, I'd never played a vampire before, and I must say I did enjoy it. I hope it doesn't look like I enjoyed it too much. Hi, my name's Rufus Sewell, and I'm playing Adam in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is about a fellow called Abraham Lincoln, who some of you may have heard of. And it's an alternate history of his life, revealing hitherto unknown secrets about what he was up to. It tells a story of the loss of his parents at a young age, the loss of his mother particularly. He discovers the vampires, and this causes a deep-seated need for him to avenge himself. And he sets about trying to rid America of the scourge of vampires who are planning to take over the country. It's time vampires had a nation of our own. I've personally played a few bad guys before, but I've never played a vampire. And I also love the idea that he was a character, Adam, who was called Adam because he was the original vampire, the vampire from whence all vampires have come, to play someone who'd been around for that long with that kind of wisdom. The fact that he ends up being a relatively political creature, he sees himself and is seen as the president, if you will, of the vampire world. He sees Abraham Lincoln, he sees something in him as an equal, almost. And that's why he's more interested in getting him over to his side rather than destroying him. If you're a vampire, he's not a bad guy. If you're a vampire, he's a really tough, stern, fair soldier for your cause, and you would vote for him. He doesn't kill anyone for fun. He doesn't kill anyone useful. He's like a great general. And if there's a human, someone from the other side, who would be better working for you, he doesn't kill him. He's pragmatic. He believes in equality. He believes that all humans are equal. Kill them all, but they're all equal. You know, he's an equal opportunity slaughterer.
I presume you know what I can do with this.
Well, I know what you can do against one vampire. But against 20? It's not so much research about vampires that I'm interested in doing. With a role like Adam, I think a lot of us have to unresearch a lot of the information that we've been receiving since we started watching TV. What was more useful was looking at politicians. In terms of the way he spoke, if you're playing someone 3,000 years old, what kind of dialect do you have? What kind of accent? How would you speak? And I think the decision I made was non-time specific. I decided the one that worked best was a kind of old Eisenhower era, Roosevelt era, old industrial American, the kind of old Hollywood mid-Atlantic, which went very well with my idea of him as a cigar room deal maker, someone who you can do business with, you know, someone who might tear your throat out, but if you're useful, might have you on side. And that was more useful for me than watching vampire movies, because we've got that. If you look at it from that perspective, you could regard him the way that the Americans would regard a wartime president.
Why don't you let him go, Lincoln? Emancipate yourself.
I'll never follow you.
Well, the challenge and the great thing about working with Timur is that he comes from a background of theatre design, which is very, very unusual, circuitous route to come to directing from, but it means he's incredibly visual and very excitable, and he has moments of inspiration and ideas on the spur of the moment. I feel very happy that I managed to work with a director who's incredibly visual, with demands, and not be thrown by that, but end up with a relationship with him whereby we kind of cooperated in order to give him what he wanted visually, but still maintain the truth, such as it is, of the character. And I'm very, very proud of succeeding in that and keeping a really good relationship with him. It's quite original, crazy though it sounds. There's nothing like this out there. And I think the title gives you one impression in a way that I think is quite witty and fun. But the secret trick up the sleeve of this film is that it's an epic film, and it goes for it 100%. And it's a very exciting film to watch, so I'm happy to be in it.
I have the train. I have the silver. Soon I'll have the whole country. I'm gonna destroy the myth of Abraham Lincoln.